Why did I get into real estate? Well, I had a very life-changing event, honestly, that forced me to learn about real estate. And at the time, I was completely clueless about what real estate was, all the internet workings of it, and yet through that experience, I found and became to love real estate, everything about it. Contracts, negotiation, all the paperwork, all the integral dealings of it, the property values, taxes, everything. I just immersed myself in it and completely loved everything about it and just had to learn more and more and more and more. My favorite part of the business is contracts and negotiation. Those are my strengths. I feel like that I definitely work for my client to provide them the best contract possible and the best negotiation on their behalf so that they get the best value for their money. And at the end of the day, those two things, I think if you don't have those two things in real estate, if you don't have those strengths behind you to do contracts and negotiation, you really are doing your client a disservice. So those are my strengths, and that's where I like to put my focus on for my clients. The number one piece of advice I'd give a buyer is to get pre-qualified. Having that power of knowing what your approval rate is, what you can actually look for, what is realistic and within your budget so that you're not stressed is so important. And Carey and her team do a fantastic job on getting you exactly what you need to become a homeowner. Number one piece of advice I'd give someone selling their home is to work with an agent. Too many times I've worked with people that are trying to do it on their own for sale by owners. I'm bringing the buyer to the table. They're trying to sell their property. They don't know enough about the contracts and negotiation to formulate a good, solid deal for themselves. I'm representing the buyer, so it's not my job to train them, and yet I know they're making mistakes. So I really, really do emphasize that even if you're selling your home, get an agent to sell on your behalf. Contracts and negotiation for you are just as important as it is for the buying perspective. Something no one knows about me is I always say, don't let the high heels fool you. I drive a big jacked up FJ Cruiser and I love UFC fighting. I'm a big cage fighting watcher and advocate, and so you'll find me on fight nights enjoying my cage fighting. When I'm not selling real estate, you'll probably see me being a taxi to my two daughters. I have two daughters at Franklin Road Academy, and then of course being a loving wife to my new husband who is just immigrated to the country from England, and so we're starting a whole new life here in Nashville, and it's absolutely a wonderful thing. If people would like to reach me, to work with me, and I would love to work with them, my number is 615-405-5107. Text or calling is great. I always have it with me, and I am there for my clients 100% all the time.